Hey YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be cooking Birria De Res. So what that is a very hearty stew. For those of you that don't know, you've probably seen videos of people taking these tacos that have beef and onion and cilantro inside and dipping it back into the juice. It's amazing. I highly recommend, if you've not tried this, to try this recipe out. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna do my best to show you guys how to do this. I hope you guys enjoy it, okay? Stay tuned and let's see. All right, you guys, for our ingredients today, caldo de pollo or chicken flavoring, 2 onions, 1 white, 1 yellow, 1 whole garlic, ancho and guajillo, chili peppers, garlic powder, onion powder, bay leaves, 5 to 6 pounds of beef chuck roast, tortillas, shredded mozzarella cheese, oil. All right, you guys, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and de-seed all of our chiles. Just get some scissors, cut that top off. It's okay if you don't get all of it out, but it's gonna help a lot if you get the majority of these out now. So in the end, when we're straining it, we don't have a whole bunch of things left over. And I'll show you guys when we get to that part why this part's important. Okay, so see, it's not perfect. That's okay. So now that we've de-seeded all of our chili peppers, we're gonna go ahead with the pan on the stove. We're gonna put some oil in. And I want a decent amount because we're gonna use this oil later when we're making our tacos at the end. So I'm gonna say we're gonna put in about, I'm going for at least a 1/2 cup of oil. Looks like we're almost there. All right. That's about 1/2 cup right there. Okay. All right. So we're gonna put this in about medium-high heat. And we're gonna just fry our chiles for just a second, just for them to change color. And again, it's okay if some of the seeds come out. It's not, we took the majority of them out, so that's what's important. Okay. So what we're doing right here is we're frying the chiles for a better flavor for them. And also we're making a chile oil right now. So right now we're infusing our oil with this chile flavor. So all of these peppers are just infusing that oil right now. And it's gonna be delicious later on. Smells so good already, you guys. Okay. You want to take them out. They start getting nice and soft again. They might start changing a little bit of a color as well. So the red ones will get darker, and the darker ones will just get much softer. And that's when you know you can take them out. I'm not actually going to be frying them for very long. Okay, So we're gonna do this to all of our chiles that we have in here. If the oil starts to disappear, add a little bit more oil. And we're gonna keep going until we've finished. All right, you guys, I want you to save this oil, okay? Do not throw this away. Put this off to the side and reserve this oil. Okay, you guys, in a bowl, we're gonna go ahead and put in all of our chiles. Okay, I have here about 2 cups of hot water. We're gonna go ahead, fill it up. I'm gonna go ahead and probably put in, looks like I need about 4 cups. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put in 4 cups of water. These are all gonna just shrink while they're inside the water, so don't worry about it. You don't need too much. Just go ahead and squish them down. They're gonna absorb this water very quickly. All right. We're just gonna rehydrate them. That's all we're doing with this. Okay, we don't need to boil them, nothing. We're just gonna set these off to the side and start with our meat. All right, you guys, with our meat, now we're gonna go ahead and start trimming off some of the excess fat. All right, make sure you guys are being very careful with this as well, okay? If you don't feel comfortable with doing this either, you guys can always have the butcher doing it as well. All right, just get in there and get some of it off. You guys really don't need to take all of it off because, in my opinion, the fat is where the flavor's at. All right, you guys, so now that we've trimmed off enough of the fat, we're gonna start cutting this up into cube shapes, okay? Nothing too big. Probably, if I had to say, something like that, okay? And we have our handy dandy crock pot right here. Just gonna toss those chunks in, okay? All right. All right, you guys, now that we have all the meat in the crock pot, let's go ahead and work on our chile sauce. All right, you guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and blend our chiles in our blender, all right? So I'll go ahead, this might be easier, just so there's no mess. Start off with start off with 2 cups of water. All right, let's put it on and we'll start blending. So we're gonna go ahead and put in more liquid. So that's why we wanted to reserve this water too, guys. All right. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. All right. So Altogether, that was about 5 cups. All right, you guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and take our chile sauce and we're gonna strain it. So the chiles that we use, they have an outer layer of skin that you cannot blend up. They will never blend unless you have like a super mixer, which I don't know who does, but you have to strain it. Otherwise, you're gonna have this skin on your meat and you're gonna be picking it out of your mouth while you're eating it. It's a hot mess. Don't do it. Make sure you guys are straining it. And I like to just do it right over the meat. Save me some time. You guys are just gonna, just like that. Strain all that skin out of our sauce. And I'll show you guys too at the end what that looks like. And this is also one of the reasons why we took the seeds out and the stem, because when we do this right here, if you have any extra seeds or stem or any extra stuff in your peppers, it makes this step a little bit harder. I'm gonna show you what's left over too after I get everything out. There's a lot. Okay. All right, so as you guys can see, this is all that skin and seeds and all that extra stuff that was on the peppers. All right, so I have a bowl here, the same one that I used for the water. Just gonna go ahead and put all that skin back in there, okay? I'm gonna keep going. All right, you guys, to our pot, I'm gonna go ahead and put in a whole onion. We're gonna take it out later, so that's why we're not gonna bother cutting it up. But I did chop off the top because I do want it exposed. All right. We're also gonna be putting in a whole garlic, wrapped up, okay? Again, because we're gonna be taking it out later on, or just leaving it in there like that, okay? All right, we're also gonna be adding in, for starters, 1 tablespoon of the chicken bouillon. Okay. All right. We're gonna be adding in more garlic, more onion flavoring, of course. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of onion powder, even though we have a whole onion in there. 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder. Okay, we're gonna add in about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bay leaves, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and mix everything up in here and we're gonna turn it on. I believe I'm gonna be putting mine on high because I want it to cook faster, but if you want it to cook for the whole day, say you're leaving in the morning and you wanna come back, you know, after work, then that's okay. You can put it on low and it will take, you know, obviously a little bit longer, but that would be the plan. It's gonna come out exactly the same. It's gonna fall off the bone tender. It's just gonna shred. That's when you know it's done, okay? All right, you guys, now that we have all the ingredients in the crock pot, I'm gonna turn mine on high, and I'm gonna let it cook for at least 4 to 6 hours. If you put it on low, I would say cook it for about 8 hours, but what we're really looking for is the beef to just fall apart. That's when you know it's done. Everybody's crock pot might cook at different temperatures, so I would say if you're gonna put on high, start checking it around 4 to 6 hours, and that's when it should be done. If it's on low, I would say start checking it between 6 to 8 hours, and then that should be about time when it's done, okay? All right, you guys, we're at our 2-hour mark. Just gonna, ooh, yes. It smells so good, you guys. So it looks like we're getting close to being done here. So now I have about 2 cups of water. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in. This right here is for the juice. This recipe also makes a consomme, which is the broth, what we're gonna use after to dip our tacos in. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm gonna put the lid back on, and we're gonna let this cook a little bit longer. All right, you guys, so we've hit our 5.5-hour mark. I wanna show you guys that it is cooked now. I went ahead and chopped up a couple of the bigger pieces just to help it cook a little bit quicker. And I added in about 3 pieces of cloves. I'm trying to find one to show you. I think I found one. They usually float to the top, so this is what the clove looks like. I only added in about 3 because they are very strong. You don't need too much. And then I went ahead and put in 1 tablespoon of salt. So at this point, when you have all your liquid in there, you want to definitely flavor it up. You can still use more of your chicken bouillon flavoring, or you can add in salt. You really don't need to add in anything else. You have that garlic, you have that onion, you have the chiles for flavor. So at that point, it's pretty flavorful. All right, so now I'm gonna take out a couple of these pieces and I'm gonna start chopping it up on the cutting board, all right? All right, you guys, so right here, I'm just cutting up the meat into tiny bite-sized pieces for our tacos. We're gonna put them in a bowl with some of that broth, set them to the side, and get ready to start making our tacos. All right, you guys, so now to our pan. We have a little setup going on, okay? Remember that oil I had you guys reserve earlier that we used to fry the peppers? We're gonna take some of that, and we're gonna drizzle it on a hot pan. Right here I'm using my comal. It's just kind of works a little bit better for this. As for size-wise, I can cook more tortillas on here. But you guys can use a regular pan, of course, no problem. All right, so now that that's set up, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how we dip our tortillas. And I apologize ahead of time if you hear my kids upstairs. They have no mute button, no matter how many times I tell them to keep it down, okay? So we're gonna grab our tortillas. Okay, right here I'll grab about 2, and I am just going to dip them into the sauce that we cooked the meat in, okay? Just get a good dip going on in there. Nothing too crazy, all right? We're gonna take that, bring it over here to our pan. Woo! Be careful, you guys. It gets hot, okay? Definitely use a flipper, you guys. I should not be coming over here and doing it with my hands, but I am. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna add some cheese. Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take this tortilla. It's very hot. And I'm gonna place it on top of this one. Okay. There we go. Try and move that more in the middle. Okay. All right, and we're gonna go ahead, grab some of our meat. Apologize, you guys. My husband and my kids are upstairs being extremely loud. All right. I have some diced up cilantro and onions. Okay, take some of that, and I am going to just put some on top. Okay. All right. I'm gonna sprinkle on just a little bit extra cheese because I like it like that. Okay. Get underneath that. And you guys are just gonna fold it, okay? All right. Yes. Try not to let everything fall out. Yes. Ooh, this looks so good, you guys. I know you guys can't smell it, but it's there. Yes. Okay. Yes. Looks so good, you guys. Just be careful, make sure that nothing's falling out. Yes. Nice and crispy. It looks delicious. All right, you guys, so this one looks like it's about done. Crispy on both sides, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. All right, you guys, we're gonna do it one more time. Grab some tortillas, dip, dip. Whew, it's hot. Make sure you guys are coating them nicely, all right? And then right over here, you're gonna lay them down on the comal or the pan, whatever you guys are using. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add some cheese. So right here, you guys, I have mozzarella cheese, but usually if they have Oseca cheese, which is, it's pretty similar to mozzarella cheese, just has a, I can't even explain to you exactly what the difference is. It just tastes a little bit better and it melts a little bit better than mozzarella cheese does, but for the most part, the flavor is pretty much the same. So where I went, unfortunately, they didn't have any, so I just went ahead and grabbed mozzarella. No big deal. But if you can get it, it does melt a little bit better. Okay, so just pop that on top. Put it in the center. I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese on this one. Yum. Okay, grab some of our meat. Okay. Try to keep most of it on one side, you guys, because when you try to fold it, it's not gonna work. Again, grab some of the onion and cilantro mixture. Put some on. Okay. Go ahead and fold it up. Yes. Yes. Yum. If you guys want to and you feel like it's not getting crispy, add a little bit more oil. Okay. Remember though, this is spicy, so don't use too much of that oil. If you don't like spice, use regular oil. But it's good stuff. Oh yes, nice and crispy. Love it. All right, you guys, so this one's pretty much done. I'm gonna put it on a plate and we'll go forth to the next step, okay? All right, you guys, so back to our pot. Remember all that juice? All right, so this is what we're gonna use to dip our tacos in. So right here, I just have a styrofoam cup, nothing special. You can always serve this in a bowl, of course, but the way that people seem to do it is with a styrofoam cup. And I'm not mad at it because there's no dishes after that. All right. So again, we have the onion and cilantro mixture. Grab some of that. Go ahead and put some in there. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead, grab our limon. A little bit of limon in there, just a little bit. Okay, so let me plate this for you guys and show you how we're gonna eat it. All right, you guys, so this is it. Let's go ahead and try this first. That's good. Okay.